Healing Maryland, that's the topic for today. We feel like we are making great progress, but there's a lot of work to do. But when we're talking about healing Maryland, I think it's best to start out with what we're trying to heal. Preliminary data show that there were 1,765 fatal overdoses in Maryland in 2024. And across the country, the number of overdoses peaked at over 110,000 annually. And I'd be remiss if I didn't underscore that these are so much more than just statistics. These are real people that we're talking about, each with their own stories and loved ones that they leave behind. Lives that could have been saved with more access to treatment or harm reduction. This is a story that too many of us are familiar with. So this truly does affect us all. And we can all play a role, from government organizations working to ensure that people have access to supportive services, to community members across the state learning how to recognize the signs of an overdose and how to respond. We're still losing far too many people to overdoses, nearly 5 every day in Maryland at our current rate. And we can absolutely do more to bring that number down even further. Any overcorrection to any of this kind of stuff will shoot those numbers and skyrocket them right back up, because fentanyl has not gotten weaker. And that access to treatment is one of the most important things. You have harm reduction, access to treatment, and then quality treatment. Then recovery, right? So you gotta have that recovery piece for long lasting. We're the ones that answer the call when an individual says, please help me. We answer that call, and we don't stop answering that call just because you've checked in. It's not just about the billable services or any of that kind of stuff. It's about answering that call when you've been with us a year and now you're going through a crisis. We take that person, right, that calls and asks for help, and then we give them every bit of help they don't even know they need as well. So not only do we answer the call of the help that they know they need, but we're telling them how they can build their life so much more than they could have imagined. But what makes it easy for me is whatever room I walk into, I can talk about this issue and speak both languages, because they're both saying the same exact thing. We take a whole Medicaid population, and by the time they're moving out of recovery residence, they're on private insurance because we're building a career while they're here, right? We're not just getting basic jobs, we're helping them with career development. Nobody with a career qualifies for Medicaid any longer. They transition out of that system. We're releasing the budget by the time they're leaving Evolve Life Centers, right? That burden that's on the budget, as some people view it. I view it as a life saved, right? But that's why we need to be responsible with your budget that you're creating, you're coming together and you're developing. We have to be responsible with this budget, because if we're not responsible, then that future version of myself that needs to move into Evolve won't have the funding to do so. And that's not acceptable to us. So with us, when we see these things coming, we make the changes.